rough day yesterday. I'm sorry to trauma dump on you guys, but I've only driven in LA since moving here last year twice, and yesterday was the second time. Aethel usually does the driving, and even he hates it, but I hate it the most. I'm a very when I drive, I'm very cautious, and it's hard to not be too cautious because I get so like stressed out when people are just complete animals on the road. It is so scary. You have to be the most defensive driver if you're driving in LA. People just don't give a shit. People almost ran into me twice. Like once on the way there and then another time on the way back. And they were both doing that fucking U-turn thing. I was turning right. And they were doing, I think one of them was like an illegal U-turn too. I'm not sure they were supposed to be doing that when I was turning. And they almost fucking clipped me and they honked at me too. They had the audacity to honk at me. And it almost made me cry. I was so upset. I just got home through some crazy traffic. Oh my god, yeah, the traffic on the highways here is just... It is impeccably insane. It is just to the window, to the wall, till the sweat dropped out my balls. The 63 way especially looks like twisted metal out there. Yeah, it does! I'm expecting to see like a crazy clown in the driver's seat in the car next to me whenever I'm out there. I'm spilling gasoline like spaghetti. Oh yeah, I had to fill up the car too. Listen, I am a late bloomer when it comes to driving, and by that I mean I didn't get my license and a car until I was in like my early 20s. I think I got my license when I was like 22. And I did like driver's ed and stuff when I was 16. I actually did driver's ed with my aunt on my dad's side because she was like an instructor at like a charter school nearby. So my mom was like, oh, we can just go to your aunt to learn. It'll save money because she can do it for free. And I was like, okay. So I went to this like random charter school for driver's ed, and it was pretty cool. And then I was like, oh, I passed flying colors. Let's go take that driving test. And my mom never got around to like taking me like to the actual like DMV to take my driver's test. Cause she, I guess like her and my dad were pretty busy, but also they were so like understandably probably worried about me driving. So I moved out pretty soon. I moved out when I was like 18, and I was never really like, I don't know, I just always like hitched rides from friends and stuff. And yeah. I didn't get my license until I was like 21, 22. Which honestly, I don't think that's that bad of a thing. I think 15-year-olds should probably not be driving anyway. I think my parents were probably right in that respect. But they let my fucking brother drive, so I don't know what the deal is. They didn't let me mow the lawn either. I used to bike this high school and work. Yeah. I used to ride my bike a ton of places. I would love just like going on like day rides like to another town and just chilling there for a bit. That was so fun. Just riding my bike for hours and hours. Feeling the wind in my hair. Yeah, bikes are based. I miss riding my bike. Yeah, it's fun. Misogynist parents? Yeah, they should watch the Barbie movie. But yeah, I didn't get my license until I was like 21, 22. And I got a car after saving up for a long time. And fuck, man. It's a Prius, so it only needs to be filled up like twice a year. So I'm not really experienced with filling up gas in a car. So every time I do it, I'm always so afraid that I'm gonna do it wrong. Even though like in my heart of hearts, I know how to fill up a car. I know how to do it. But something about it is like, you know, it's like when you're trying to learn like a raid boss in a game. You watch all the like the tutorial videos on it, like, okay, you gotta stack with when this shows up. You gotta avoid the lines. You gotta do DPS at this DPS check, and if you don't do it, blah, 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 everything explodes. And it's like, yeah, I got it. Then the second you go to fight the boss, it's like your brain is clear. It's like, oh god, what do I do? You know, when you're just like overwhelmed by the experience. I have no excuse. I'm just dumb. I don't know. Did you burn the gas station again? I was scared of driving on the highway for years. Me too. I would always avoid it if possible when I first started driving. Which honestly was not the best idea, cause to be real, highway driving honestly is a bit safer than city driving. Especially here in LA. Cause I don't know, it's a lot more streamlined, I guess. City driving, like there's way too many things that could happen. Way too many what's the word? Anomalies. There's too many anomalies. Too many things that could go wrong. Yeah, too many obstacles. Yeah, variables. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, and parallel parking, bro. When I took my driver's test, I almost failed. I did perfectly on everything, but I almost failed on the parallel parking part because I didn't like look over to look at my mirror for 1 second. He almost failed me for that. And I was like hanging on by the skin of my fucking teeth because of that shit. Fuck parallel parking. I never do it. Like what is even the point? I'll just drive a mile away and park in some random parking lot and just walk. I don't care. I failed my first driving test before I even pulled out of the parking lot? Wait, did you forget to like adjust your mirrors or something? Power tripping DMV guy. He was actually pretty nice. I think he was just like, I guess he was just doing his job. But man, they're very strict about the parallel parking shit. What states don't require parallel parking in their tests? Because I think there's a few that don't require it, aren't there? I didn't stop all the way before pulling up. Oh, you did a California stop, a little cheeky sliding stop. I try not to do that at stop signs. I'm a very, very careful driver, almost too careful. I don't know. I'm just terrified of like hurting someone or hurting myself. I get scared even like if I listen to my music too loud when I'm driving. When that doesn't even make sense. Like, oh, I need to turn the music down so I can see better. But it's just, I don't know. If you get a little too overstimmed, it can be hard to focus on the road. I don't know. Like this used to not require a test at all? Wait, really? No way. You just... How did you get a license then? You just walk in and they just give it to you? Blew through a stop sign the wrong way and down a one-way street on my driver's test? Oh god. That makes me feel a bit better. Shit. It's scary. It's hard to tell what streets are just like a one-way street sometimes. I guess you just gotta like look at which way people are parked on the side if they are. The best streets to practice on though are those country roads. I said roads. The country roads. Those like out in the middle of nowhere, winding up and down country roads. You can practice like going pretty fast. You can practice like taking sharp turns and stuff like that. I practiced on those a ton. Take me home. You did a written test and left the license? Really? Jeez, that seems kinda... I don't know, that's a little strange. Are people crazy drivers in Texas because of that? How long was that like a thing? When did they require a test? I can't drive because it's overstimulating. I feel the weight of the car and I just don't want to hurt someone, but I'm taking a class soon. I hope I can get over it. You give me hope. Bro, if I can do it, you can do it. I am the biggest scaredy cat, and even I can get behind the wheel of a car and do like the one-handed driving thing where I look like a badass, where I look like I have a huge dick. And it feels cool, especially when you're wearing sunglasses, and especially when you pull up to a stoplight, blasting your music with the windows down, and you look over and just go like... you know? A badass in a Prius? I'm probably the most badass thing inside that car.